Greetings, YouTube. Today I'm going to show you kind of a standard service procedure on filter queens, which, whether it's a filter queen or a princess, they're all about the same. If you don't know this, in 1927, filter queen was one of the companies invented and credited with cyclonic technology. So how this vacuum works is, we have a cyclone. This is an old filter queen made in Chicago. It actually has a cord rewinder where the princesses don't generally. Alright, so how this works is we have a motor and such here, right? Cone. And if you see, there is our single cyclone. Stuff comes in here, flies around here, gets trapped in this cone. Ugh. Ironically, a vacuum named Filter Queen does not filter very well by today's standards. So that's one of the things we do. I'm going to get some gloves on because this is kind of a nasty machine. And it's not nasty because it's been abused, just because it's old enough that it's had a lot of dirt through it. There's a Dyson hand vacs. You would just get those next.
Oh, okay.
And just leave that by the register for now. So, that's the batting. I'll explain that in a minute.
Pink and purple.
So, because there's kind of some limited parts available for these, we do some things I don't usually do on a lot of them. First is, we're going to soak this gasket in polish, and that's going to help keep this rubber from drying out, just because it's so old. Alright, now we're going to get a cone. Why do we have 10 more stuff in our filter queen section?
Probably forgot that stuff in there.
I even have a Filter Queen Healthmore filter. Genuine. Alright. So the next step that I like to do is I like to change this filter under here, or wash this if it's necessary, depending on the dust level. This one's actually relatively clean. Change that. Alright, new one of those. Huh. It's odd that's a genuine and it's not the right size. Genuine Filter Queen. Huh. It's interesting. We had one in the package that wasn't right. Let's try that again.
So this is dead or what?
Just wash the cyclone out. Filter needs to be changed, noted. Just get that. We'll get that on the charger. Alright. So this just kind of tucks in like so. Usually there's a little piece in the middle right here, but it's missing apparently from this. Now in some models there's a plastic ring that goes across this. This is not one of them. Again, we're gonna use some furniture polish to wet the gasket around. Another thing is, this is not an instructional video. These are just kind of what's entailed or what should be entailed. So do not try this at home. Bring this to your authorized dealer. For what I'm going to show you here in a few minutes. I mean, of course you can change your cones and your filter at home. That being said, there aren't a lot of authorized filter clean dealers around. Most vacuum shops, though, with an ESCO account can get the parts, so it's just something to note with that. And that's ESCO, not Desco. They're actually two companies. Alright. So we got that on there. So, oh, you want a Dyson tool. Oh.
There it is, okay.
Alright. So, we actually changed the filters because when we work on this unit, we're going to use this as the base. To work on this, we're actually going to, yeah. So, kind of, you see that there is a button here. And that actually gets glued on every time. So I'm just going to pull that off. The next step, pull this. This is a
All good?
right.
All good, Holmes?
So just to,
I was reading about
for the
Jewish exodus from Arab and Muslim countries.
alright. So just to show you guys, I've put the camera way up here high. So you can see there's 3 screws that are going to come off here. It's kind of a strange thing. No other vacuums like this. I really kind of respect Filter Queen for making something so simple. Of course I'm doing this blind here as I'm watching the camera why I'm doing this. Alright. So again, the tray with the serial number comes out. Really strange. I guess you could make somebody's serial number up if you were having a bad day and you into that. So the tool holder comes off, and then all of a sudden everything just opens up. I'm going to put the camera back down now. We're going to change this, but it's real kind of hard for me to work with the camera right where I have it right now. Alright, got the camera back down in a more steady place. So there's a piece of cardboard comes out, and then there's this batting. Now I'm from the old school where we change this every time we do a service no matter what. A lot of new school places don't fuck around with this batting, they just leave it in there. And the reason it needs to be changed, you can see the color, is 1, it will end up restricting airflow, 2, it's going to smell, and then 3, it could eventually, by restricting airflow, somehow hurt the motor, you know. Not that this is...
Okay, so I think with this, I don't know what causes that to do that, but
What?
that thing runs fine, but when this is connected, it starts pulsing.
This out? No, there's a problem. Alright, so we're replacing this batting. As cardboard, you can't like really do much to clean this, unfortunately. And that's just how these machines were made. It wasn't a lack of quality, this was just technology. I mean, this machine was designed in the 20s. We're not going to change the motor on it today or get in there. There's no reason to really get in there on this. I'm sure somebody's going to comment that I should take the motor completely apart on this one, but it's not necessary. We're not going to do it. especially on an older vacuum like this. We're just going to clean it. So yeah, that's kind of what's in there. So new filter, all that put together. Alright, we're going to line that up right there. Oh, one other thing I like to do, this part's completely optional, but you can, if you want to get this nice and clean, right here, you take it off and wash it, but I'm not going to do that because the chrome is starting to peel on this and I don't want to peel the chrome off. Right. This is a mixture of plastic and chrome steel. It's chrome plastic too, so that's kind of weird. There's a lot of plastic on a filter clean, and it's not a bad thing. They last, but people think they're all metal or something, and they're just like the Kirby. They're not all metal. What did you just do over there?
I got a hair in my mouth.
Casualty, dude.
Dude, that's like 3 days in a row.
You can't use a flat blade screwdriver on a lot of this stuff. Older machines are kind of like that. I actually kind of like flat blade screwdrivers when you're doing stuff for hand screws, because you can really feel how they torque a lot easier than a Phillips. They seem to strip less than the Phillips screws. Torque's, you know, definitely the best of both worlds. In terms of as far as screws going, but so yeah, you do not see me use a screw gun on this because it's brittle, it's old. I don't want to fuck it up. It's also made in Chicago, USA. It's actually not made. Later ones were made in Ohio, like a lot of vacuums were, but something about something made in Chicago. A certain kind of attitude goes into it when they were building it in that city. Alright, so now it's one piece again. So you see why we changed the filter first. Alright. Shine that up. I'm not actually painting it, I'm just cleaning it with a brush. Real quick. Now you can do everything that needs to be done internally on the Serivce. You grease, adjust, filters. But if you don't go back to the customer looking new, or at least a lot nicer, really people have problems. They think you may not have done something. When I first started doing this, we would just fix whatever the problem was and send it off just with a little bit of Windex wipe down. But now I kind of do a better job. So this thing, I'm just going to wash.
a problem.
Was there a bunch of junk in there?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So when it pulsates, that means there's something's dirty or something's blocking the airflow on one of those Dyson handbags.
Well, I'll show you what was blocking the airflow.
I know there's something blocking the airflow on that. Alright. On a side note, that might stop your Dyson handbag. Piece of paper, doesn't even say anything. Just a blank piece of paper. It's funny. Last, we gotta put the switch on. Old guys will use polybond. I'm gonna use a little bit of silicone so it can be removed in the future a little bit easier. Silicone comes off something real quick. I don't actually use polybond for anything. A lot of old guys use that polybond, which was this horrible smelling glue. They still make it, you know, where I used to work. They still, I'm sure they still use it. I just don't. All right. Oh, I got a delivery. All right. So we gotta service the rest of this filter cleanup. Alright. So one thing I wanted to say is I think it's ironic the Filter Queen is named a Filter Queen and it doesn't filter very well. Say hello to my little friend. Well, we got about 500,000 particles in the air. We're going to put this to the exhaust. Turn the filter. Filter Queen, and now the air in the room is really bad. So a Filter Queen isn't really a Filter Queen. Just kind of a note about it. Alright, now we're going to service the rest of this. That's not the right power nozzle. Oh wait, no, that's not the right nozzle. That's the right nozzle.
I need to borrow the bits from that. A little green, yeah, this set. I'm gonna borrow it just for the weekend.
Borrow the whole set, dude. I rarely use it.
Alright, yeah. I'm gonna buy one of these. I'm doing some research. I guess this one is actually pretty high reviewed online. A lot of people say this is one of the better phone repair kits to get, but there's a few other ones that are a little cheaper. But yeah, I got 2 Game Boy Colors going now.
I saw it, you had one.
So once I get mine fixed up, I'll let you borrow the purple one. You can go home with Dr. Mario, Tetris.
Oh, don't send me home like that. I need to have a life here, Phil.
Yeah.
The one that folded up, that was my favorite.
It was all compact. I loved the
SP.
Touch screen on it. Yeah, that was
Or the
DS was cool.
they still make a DS.
Dude, yeah.
The 3DS, they still make it.
If I have the card on me, this game store, right up by your place, man.
Just pulls it out.
Let me show you, man.
By the way,
By the way, it fills the Game Boy Master.
But level 7 games and stuff that
it's right by my house. That's like a half a mile away.
they always usually got a 3DS in there. Now the cool thing about the 3DS is it's basically a DS with a little bit higher resolution, so you can turn the 3D feature on. I never liked it, but so I had the DS, and then my friend Brian got the 3DS right after like when it came out, but I didn't have money to upgrade. And I always liked his. It's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, Karen has, there's a 3DS and 3DS XL. You get the regular 3DS. yes, because the bigger one is a bigger screen with the same resolution.
Is it really lame?
Yeah,
So
it's lame. It's totally lame.
It's like teases you. It's like the tease DS. Oh yeah. But you can't have it though. You paid for it though.
Dude. Alright. Get a new brush roller. Not because the brushes are worn out, but because the bearings are worn out. This is cardboard. More cardboard.
I think we got one of those in the back too, actually.
Yeah, I like the features of it. If there's one that you'd recommend more, but just, you know, how the handle comes off, and you can, I like that feature, I think she would like that. She puts her house in, and her house, they're also for work too.
Old school trick. Tracking.
What is the name of that model?
What's the model of this one? What is this called? I got a yellow one, like the one we looked at. It might be the same.
I'm also looking for something that I can carry up a ladder and like vacuum like 15 feet high.
I got this. It'll be perfect for that. It has a shoulder strap on it.
Oh, excellent.
And it's portable in this way.
Simplicity. And how much is that going to be?
This is kind of like this. Just 139. Right here.
That's for me. Somebody has a job for me. I'm like, well, it's a matter of getting up there because literally it's a library and I have to like get up about 15 feet and vacuum bookshelves. Crazy.
Got it.
But yeah, shoulder strap, that sounds great.
It would be safer and easier for you to use.
Yeah.
Alright. Clean that up. Then we're going to turn all this by hand.
What's no biggie, I got your card. I'm just going to tell her I found a good store for vacuum.
We've got 4 locations.
Did you see that Tacony order that came in?
Yeah, I'm going to do that one next, this
I'd
Filter
really
Queen.
like to.
This Filter Queen's been sitting here a minute.
That's the company. It's called the Sport.
Alright. Alright, I'll be in touch.
Yeah, I'd really like to get that one done before the day's over for Lenny Jones.
Yeah, that is a priority. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, this is going to Colorado Boulevard.
Is this
And it is
Riddick? Because she called back and said they didn't want it fixed.
No, it's Donna.
Okay.
Oh,
Because you're here, buddy. So is Alex.
alright. I keep getting interrupted when we go to do this.
What are you trying to do? Then I come and interrupt.
Try, yeah, dude. Every time, man, I've been just interrupted like a motherfucker. Putting like wrong screws back and shit.
Pretty cool clipboard, by the way.
Shit, Tony needed a clipboard earlier. We had one right there. I didn't realize. I didn't think about it.
Should I get that one? Clip these on here?
No.
No.
Alright. About to finish this Filter Queen. Now, for some reason in this store, Filter Queen and Silver King get mixed up a lot, even though they look completely different. They really have no similarities. In fact, they were probably sold door to door, though a lot of Filter Queens were sold in vacuum stores. Alright. There we go. There's an aftermarket hose on this unit. Probably it's because Filter Queen parts have become hard to come by. So we're going to test everything, make sure it works. We're going to send this thing back. This particular customer actually has 3 of them in here for service. Pigtail problems. Got the filter back together. That's how we do that. As always, please like, subscribe, share, and comment below.